Right, so I just finished doing my cardio. So it's currently 7:30, and I've been doing, my daily walk since 6 p.m. So in this video, I am going to do a raw talk as of to what I have learned about trading and why I'm not profitable yet, since before I turn 18. But as of right now, I am 18. I am fully legal to trade. Basically, I can open up my own account, everything on my own. And also, I just graduated from high school, and how I am going to be a profitable trader. So the reason why I wasn't a profitable trader, like I thought to myself, was that I was too busy with high school. But as of right now, there's no more high school, and pretty much it's just university. But class hasn't started yet, so I'm still free for now. And the thing was that back in my high school years, I would study everything about trading, like all the words you could think of, the order block, the fair value gap, the breaker block, the liquidity, the internal range, the external range, liquidity, the whatever. Like I've bought some course too, like I think a few hundreds on course, like from I forgot those guys' names, but I think I bought three courses. So first would be the AJ. His name was AJ, Adrian something, but I forgot. And another guy would be Stoic Trader. Basically, that guy, he was kind of top or bottom, like basically he catches the top of the trade and the bottom of the trade, like all those kind of stuff. And Trading Pool, basically just your typical smart money concept trader. And also basically watch YouTube, ICT, TJR, and a lot more. Support resistance, you like all those stuff. I know about it, but I still manage to not be profitable. So I would wonder to myself, is it because of I'm not learning enough? But until then, I stuck to one strategy. So basically, it's just liquidity sweep and break of structure, change your character, and then price retraces back, and then we enter up that trade. So pretty much, I'm not looking for like your typical smart money concept, tapping into order block break of structure, none of that. So basically, just a liquidity sweep, and yeah, if price sweeps into whatever PD arrays, the ICT PD arrays, like the value gap, the order block, the fucking whatever, yeah, as long as it sweeps into that, sweeps the liquidity into that, and it did a change of character and a break of structure, whatever, I would enter off of that. So that is going to be my strategy and what I've been trading for like I think 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks now. Yeah, and I've noticed that I got the bias right most of the time, but the thing I am kind of suck as of right now would be the entry. Like when do I enter on the trade? Like when I got the bias right, I will say this to myself: I must find an entry, just so that I could, execute on this one. And the thing is that once I start predicting the bias right most of the time, that is when I kind of have hope. So, which is why I started posting on YouTube. Because back then I would get so fucking confused. Like I wouldn't know what I'm looking for. Like I get all mixed up with all the buy side liquidity, the sell side, the break of structure, the upside, the downside, or whatever. Like I don't fucking know when to use whatever time frame. But still, I know all the break of structure, the whatever, the liquidity, the yeah. Basically, I would know all that, but all that information gathered, it makes me confused as hell. So as a high schooler, I was like, fuck, I don't think this is meant for me. And on some days, I would use a mix of this concept with this concept and blah blah blah. And then it turns out right, and I would be happy. And then I would use the same concept again, blah 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 blah, mixed all together, and it turns out wrong. And I was like, fuck, I think I must have missed something. And yeah, that is something that I have noticed back then. But as of right now, I know what I am looking for, which is why I'm making this video right now, because I'm starting to understand my strategy clearly. So what I am looking for usually is a sweep a liquidity sweep. Basically, price reaches to a draw on liquidity and price sweeps that, and then if it does a change of character, I'm looking for a trade in that. If not, I'll just move on. Now, if we were to talk about moving on from a trade, especially if you don't see stuff, I couldn't do that back then when I was in high school, because I would use all the concept that I have learned, put it all together, and no matter what, like the analysis that I would make on these pairs, I would still see an entry. Even though if you guys were to look at that trade, you guys, especially if you guys were to understand your strategy, you'll be like, there's no entry for this one. Even though if we have the same strategy, but you understand that strategy and I don't, you would look at that, the chart and be like, this is no trade, you know. But for me, I don't understand my strategy clearly, but the concept, the everything, like the breaker structure, the London strategy, the silver bullet, the Judah swing, the fucking whatever, like all that stuff mixed together, I was like, fuck, it could be this, it could be that, it could be like the other, like it all makes sense, like I can see every fucking trade. And yeah, that is something I've been be careful with, and I'm also looking at, because I don't want myself to be like, dang, this is also a potential trade, this is also a trade, because I feel like that is what's stopping me from becoming profitable. But as of right now, like I said again, I am trying to like perfect my strategy. Basically, a liquidity sweep, a change of character, break of structure. I've refined my own model. I would, use the mixed strategy with TJR. So basically, he kind of trades the same too. The manipulation of one session, and then we trade the continuation of the other session. Yeah. So that is how I got that concept, and I stuck to that for at least 3-4 weeks now. And I think that was the longest I stuck to a strategy. Because back then I would, stick to a strategy for like 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and once I started getting that lose streak, when I started getting those buys wrong and also losing streak, I would be like, fuck, let me just change my strategy. And yeah. Now what else? So it's currently 7:32. I'm looking at, so it's currently 16 September, Tuesday, 7:32. I'm currently looking at your USD, and now I don't see any sweeps, liquidity sweep. So I think I'll just wait. Now moving on to GU. There's literally nothing also. No trades. UJ. Oh, for UJ, I'm still expecting price to kind of sweep the Asia high. Yeah, and then I'll expect for a short on New York. But, it's kind of hard though. The thing I'm struggling with right now would be the patient, because every time I don't get to enter trade, I would feel kind of like, oh, I've missed out. And then when I open TikTok, I would see these guys top ticking, bottom ticking the trades, catching 100 RR, 50 RR, and I was like, fuck, I am doing something wrong. But then I would see other people that would be like, damn, you only need 2, 3, 4 RR per month, risking 1%, and blah blah blah. Basically, I would see one guy getting 100 risk to reward, 50 risk to reward, 10 risk to reward, fucking like crazy risk to reward, and I would see other guys be like, don't trade too much, just stick to one, 2, 3, 4, 5 risk to reward, and don't force the trade. Yeah, I get that, but like, you get what I'm saying? It's basically when you see these people saying that, oh, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5 risk to reward is fine, and this guy would say, oh, 2, 3, 4, 5 risk to reward, it's nothing, it's this, it's that, it's bad. Just try and hit a 1 to 10, 1 to 50, 1 to 100, blah 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 blah. Then I'll be all fucking messed up in my head. So that is one thing that kind of made me unfollow a lot of traders, and also remove trading from my TikTok For You page, and also trading in general. Pretty much just stick to my own stuff and journal my own stuff too. Now, if we were to speak about journaling, yeah, I'm currently making my own template. So I'm basically, let me just check. This is on Notion. Yeah, so basically, what I'm looking for would be the confluence. Basically, what made me enter that trade, the bias. Did I follow the plan? Liquidity sweep, break of structure, change of character. Like, did I follow any of that? If I did, well then that's good. The entry confluence. What is the entry confluence? The entry confluence, like my main signature one, for me would be the, if price managed to tap into either the PD arrays, lower time frame PD arrays that have been created after price taps into the higher time frame PD arrays or the lower time frame, I would look for a small mini change of character in that, either in the 1 minute. Basically, I would look for the candle closure only. Yeah, so that would be the entry confluence. And I was also so thinking of, invest for value gap, but I don't want to break my plan, especially my entry confluence. Yeah. And another thing would be improvement, but I'm not sure about improvement yet. I don't know what I should be putting in that. And then we're going to news. News is probably the most important part because as of these days, I would stick to my strategy, but I would also forget to look at the news. And that is one thing too. I've noticed that if price sweeps the liquidity, from either like buy side or sell side, and once news come by, price would push to the other direction that price has swept. Let's say price swept the buy side liquidity, price swept the buy side liquidity, and then it's going to, like the news, it is going to push it to the sell side liquidity. Yeah. And then these stop loss and take profit. Stop loss, I was thinking if price is close to like when price mitigates the lower time frame PD arrays, I would kind of extend my stop to the high of the wick or the candle that mitigates the higher time frame PD arrays. Yeah, but if price is kind of like low, like price mitigates the lower time frame PD arrays, I think I would target the high of that high or lows of that wick or candle of the lower time frame PD array, if that makes sense. And as for take profit, I've noticed that 1 to 2, 1 to 3 max is the best risk to reward for me because let's say if price managed to like extend like crazy or expand, 40, 50, 60 pips, yeah, sure, I would be able to hit I think a 1 to 4, 1 to 5, that would be good. But the thing is that in order for me to stick to my strategy, I want a higher win rate strategy. So basically a 1 to 2, a 1 to 3, I've noticed that my trade hits more with that. So I was thinking if price manages to expand, I think I'll enter like 2, 3, 4 trades in that in that trade. If that makes sense. Basically, I wouldn't want to, let's say this is price, right? I wouldn't want to hold price from this here to this here. Otherwise, that's gonna fuck up. Especially if fuck up my psychology, right? So if price moves here, comes down, and then moves back up, I would fuck. I'm doing something wrong. Then I would exit out of my trade, and then would end with a loss. But if I were to enter somewhere here and exit around here, and then look for another, like if price retraces back up, I look for another entry targeting the lower one, basically that would, kind of improve my psychology too. And the risk to reward would probably be the same too. Matter of fact, it could be more. Yeah. And also it wouldn't affect my psychology that much. And yeah. So I think that is everything I have to say for this video right here. And also I'm thinking of doing another thing aside from going all in with trading, going all in as in like instead of staying on the chart 24/7, because I feel like that is one thing that would fuck up my psychology too. And for my chart, I'm only trading, I'm documenting this. So basically for Euro USD, one pair I'm trading all the sessions as long as the trades appear, I would trade all of that. And also another one, the same strategy, but I'm trading 4 pairs. gold, and I'm using that as an SMT with silver, Euro USD, GBP USD, and also USD JPY. So that I would trade only for London. I would have a specific section for London and also a specific one for New York too. So just two of them and see which one has a better win rate. But I've noticed that over the past few weeks, I feel like New York has expanded more than uh, London, but I'm not sure. But I saw this one guy saying that if New York, actually no, if Asia doesn't expand, London is likely to manipulate, and New York would expand or whatever. And if London and Asia doesn't like expand, it basically just consolidates to the side. Well, if New York comes in, it's likely to manipulate the price and expand. Yeah, so pretty much that is everything I have to say for today. And yeah, oh, I forgot to talk about the thing I said earlier. So basically, what I was saying is that in order for me to not stick on to the charts for too long, I am finding another way to make money. So that would be selling something. So as you know, I go to the gym, and as of right now, if me in the future, in the next 10 years, I was to look back at this video, it is Tuesday, 16th September, 7:41. So basically, I am selling a slingshot. I haven't ordered it yet, but I was thinking of a slingshot. Why? I've noticed that teenagers are benching a lot these days, and also I myself, I would post on TikTok too, like my road to 140 kilograms bench. So people see a lot of my videos, like they would watch it, probably follow it too. And I feel like if I were to start selling something about benching, and that would be the slingshot, and yeah, I believe people would buy it. Why? Because it helps people increase their bench, obviously. It makes their central nervous system adapt, and many more. So yeah, that is something I'm planning to do. But as of right now, the delivery guy, he's not replying to my text. So it's kind of hard though, and I want that delivery to be by the end of this month, just so that I can start selling. Yeah. So that is everything I have to say for this video, and yeah, peace out. 17 minutes.